Go.
Hello, everyone. It's Texas on Tap with Miss Helen and producer Kyle. Hello to you.
Eh,
Hope everything's going good with you. I know you've had like the traffic driving, having a pivot kind of day today.
Yeah, I feel like I've been jerking you around all day. We were supposed to record
Oh,
earlier, and my schedule got all screwed up, and now I'm finally back home, so everything's good.
yeah, I just kind of moved my task from one thing to the next, and then now we're all kind of hanging out. It's like getting ready for the sunset time, sunset cocktails at the pool. So everyone's downstairs. And it made me I'm gonna say this before we get into it. It was so funny because I was just kind of in my gang down there, and it's amazing. And I was thinking, I don't know, it just hit me. This may sound a little cheesy, but we're in the music business, and I think it's so cool because what do you bring with you everywhere you go when you're outdoors having a big time? You bring your music. Like,
Mm,
we were on the boat yesterday, make sure whose turtle boxes come in, like, who's bringing the music? It's always like, who's bringing the music? Who's playing the music? It's like
yeah,
music follows us everywhere, everything we do. Getting in
yeah.
the car, it's like, I don't know, I just had that thought as I was walking upstairs to get ready to jump on here, and it was like, they were like, "Taking requests, who do you wanna hear now?" They're crazy. Anyway,
Well, speaking of
like,
music,
I'm
do you
outta
wanna
here.
you wanna set the
I'm outta
mood
here.
for Friday night?
Oh, yeah, let me do that. Okay, so first, I want to talk about a release that's went out to radio, and I know both you and I have just fallen in love with her music. Jenna Paulette has a radio single out called "Pass the Damn Ball," and she has really been doing some amazing things. Like, she's a new mom. She released a new album. She played the Grand Ole Opry, did all that like this past year. This song is really interesting. I think it'll grab your attention. I think it'll be one added immediately to your playlist, and you'll love hearing it on the radio. But basically, the setup is that typical at the bar with the big screen, and they got the Longhorns on in the video. Real good video that goes along with this also. So kind of set the mood. So, how there's always that one that's always wigging out over the game and getting like too serious.
Oh,
And
yeah.
basically, there's a line in the song that stops and says, the guy's like, "Well, what do you think?" And she's like, "Around here, we keep it simple. It's like they just run the damn ball, plow the dang dirt, earn a paycheck, go to church, pass the damn ball. When all else fails, it ain't a bad call." And then it goes into passing the green beans in one
Yeah.
verse, pass the cornbread, pass the Lord's plate. It's one of those songs that definitely will be a staple in everyone's library. And I encourage everyone to also go and listen to her new album. It's entitled Horseback. And now we're going to open the tap room door. One of our friends, and everyone knows one of my favorites. And I have a lot to say after this song, but let's go ahead and open the tap room door. It's going to be Wade Bowen's Friday Night. But let's take a listen to what Wade had to say when he came on the podcast about Friday night.
Yeah, I think there's you hear a lot of these small town songs, all the time, right? But I think there's something special about this one. There's a it has a huge sound to it. It has a massive appeal to, in my opinion.
Mhm.
This is one that another one, Chase Bryant, my buddy sent me, and I was actually picking up my son from high school football practice when I heard this, and it immediately just made me think of him and all that he's going through right now in his life, and then immediately took me back to my memories of playing high school football and the things that I had in my hometown. And having Troy Aikman as a part of this song is just a dream come true. I had his posters as a kid, and he and I have
Yes.
been lucky enough to become friends over the last few years. And sometimes, everybody says, "How'd you get Troy Aikman?" It's like, well, sometimes all you got to do is just ask, and not be scared of doing that. And Troy is a big fan of country music, and luckily
Mhm.
a fan of what I do. So having him a part of this to kind of seal this whole movie aspect, I feel like this song is a great. When you listen to it, I feel like you're watching a movie, and that's something that having Troy on there really added.
So there it is. I'm sure a lot of you have already heard it. Wade Bowen's Friday Night featuring Troy Aikman. And one thing I want to say about this particular song is when Wade came on the podcast, like when we were sent the album over and I previewed that song, like I don't know why, and I think this probably happened to a lot of people, but I like teared up. Like I just totally
Mm,
teared up. It just touched my heart. And I've played it for friends that have come, and like when the album was released and they hadn't heard it yet, and I'm like, the first song you have to hear is Friday Night. Same thing, tears. And one of them was a 30, for 30 years he had been coaching high school football.
Oh
And so
man.
anyway, so yeah, so that is out to radio and it's tearing it up. So I like my little play on my little songs this week.
Yeah, I like the theme as well. And I have to add, I'm uh, about as far from being a Cowboys fan as you could possibly be, but I was born and grew up a little bit in the Dallas area. So I grew up with Troy and Emmett and all those guys. So it was really cool just to see this collaboration come together. You know, like you just heard, he got Troy on the song, and then they ended up making this awesome video come out, or making this awesome video together, and everything's just really cool. So y'all go check it out if you haven't already. And then moving on to my picks this week, I've got a kind of a vibe going, if you want to call it that. We've got some rock and roll tunes to talk about. We'll keep the tap
Yeah.
room doors open. This is our friend Palmer Anthony with his new single "Captain." So there we go. It's a rock and roll song. His voice is so impressive. Every time Palmer puts out a new song, the dynamic is quite different. He throws us curveballs. He keeps us on our toes, and I love it. You know, the way that his voice sounds when he's singing low, it's just got all these characteristics that are so unique and just kind of set him apart from the crowd. And then he starts singing real high in this chorus, and it does the exact same thing. So he's one above. He's on point. He's awesome. This song's great. I love how familiar this song specifically sounds to me, because it's like, not to make this about me, but it reminds me of like my old rock band growing up, you know, like it's before I even knew what Texas country was. And he'll put out a country folk song, and then he'll put out like a pop punk
Yes.
song like this.
Uh-huh.
And hopefully, sorry, don't get mad at me, Palmer, if you wouldn't consider that pop punk. But to me, it's like, it's right in my wheelhouse, and I just love it. I thought it was so good. And then last up this week, Mr. Bart Crow, who we have not talked about in quite a while. I think probably a year and a half. And I'm excited to be talking about him. He's got a new one out today called "Stained Your Crown." Once again,
Mm.
this is a rock song. It's epic. It's got the rock and roll guitar. It's got the funky keys and the organ. It's got killer tones, sing along chorus. I mean, what else can I say? I think that it's overall just a really impressive kind of return from Bart. I know it's not that, but it's just been a little bit since we've heard a new single from him, and I think this is awesome. It's making a statement, and once you guys all hear this, you're going to be on the Bart train, and I'm so excited for him.
No, it's always exciting when Bart releases a song, and, also, I do wanna mention that song has blown up on radio this week also, like,
Oh, cool!
it debuted on CD Extraction, Texas, like, at 69, so it's
Wow.
out to radio also. It's great, great, good stuff right there from Bart.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about our friends over at More Than Music Creations. If you have not already done so, what are you doing? Head over to morethanmusiccreations.com and see all the cool, funky stuff they've got over there. She makes beautiful, handcrafted jewelry right there in the heart of Texas, using guitar strings from artists you know and love, like Brie Bagwell and the Wilder Blue, and Pat Green and Randy Rogers. So go grab your mama a gift, go grab your daughter a gift, go grab yourself a gift. There's no time like today.
And they have a lot of new stuff, and Michaela's constantly doing new stuff. Have you ever wondered how artists like Treaty Oak Revival, Red Clay Strays, and Aaron Watson maintain the high quality and high demand for their merchandise? CH Lone Star Promo is the answer. Created in Texas to serve Texas artists, and they're currently offering 15% off on all merch orders from musicians. Visit chlonestarpromo.com to get started and tell them Texas Toast sent you.
I was reading the other day that it takes at least $1 million to break an artist. That's a ton of change, and it can feel overwhelming. But with social media leveling the playing field, you just need an effective strategy to release your music. Check out Release Rocket to ensure your single does not die after release day. You've already put time, effort, and tons of money into writing and recording your album. Let the guys at Release Rocket keep your new release alive.
So, with that said, interesting stuff. Let's see what's popping and topping on the Texas country music chart. I do want to look at debuting in the top 100 this week. There was a whole bunch of great songs. Ghost of Hill County, their good old boys debuted at 63. Mike Ryan also had a big debut. Holly Tucker's Trailer Park Inn at 80. Sarah Hobbs Delta Dawn, she's blowing up with that song. Also, I have seen so much chit chat about her cover of Tanya Tucker's Delta Dawn, and we of course talked about it last week. And some of the most ads this week, of course, was Jenna Paulette. Ryder Grimes is doing great on the chart. Wade Bowen as well. We just talked about him. So there's some good stuff out to radio. And on top of the Texas country music chart this week is Randy Rogers and Wade Bowen with All I Want to Do Is Drink, looking at CD Extraction Texas. William Clark Green. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong one. All I want to do
Oh,
is drink. Randy Rogers and Wade Bowen, #1 on CD Extraction, Texas this week. And the Texas Regional Radio Report, congratulations to Billy Joe Jones. She's #1 with Some
wow,
Girls
cool.
Don't Cry. I know.
That's a great song.
Congratulations to her. Yes, it is a great song. She's doing a lot of amazing things. So that's a look at things. Yeah.
Yeah, and we've got all kinds of streaming stuff came out this week as well. But I did want to highlight our friend Lane Smith, who we've had on the show and covered all kinds of his songs. He's one of my favorites. He's a hook master, and I'm a sucker for a catchy chorus. So Lane dropped a new one today to streaming as well. So go check that one out.
Also, talking about streaming, everybody check out Hot Sauce, Sunny Saceda,
Oh my
and
God,
Sunday
I listened
Ted.
to it. The
Oh
video
my
is
God,
so
don't you
cool.
love it? Yes, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's so much fun.
He's just something else. So yeah, make sure you check out some Hot Sauce, Sunny
What
Saceda.
what do you call himself?
Oh,
A
yes.
redneck squeeze box Mexican.
Yes, yes. I mean, that's like his anthem. That is an anthem song for him.
Yeah,
Just perfect timing for that song. So we love Sunny.
absolutely. Hopefully they throw that one out on radio because that's cool. And Sundance is awesome. Just all around, really,
Oh
really
yeah.
fun.
Oh yeah. Oh
Great
yes.
energy from those two.
A lot of fun stuff going on out there.
Yeah, and I mentioned last week that we'd be talking about one of my songs this week, but I was confused, and that song doesn't come out until next week. But I did spend this whole week talking about, or not talking about, but doing stuff for myself, and it was a lot of fun. I don't often
Good.
spend a lot of time doing stuff like that, but we knocked out a really cool music video for my song that'll come out in a couple weeks, and then I recorded 4 new songs, which is awesome, and those
It's
will come out next
exciting.
year. Yeah, very cool. Very excited to share those, even though I'm still releasing music from the other thing. It's just crazy. It
Mhm.
never ends, it never ends. And then this weekend, I've got a crazy lineup of shows. We're going to be tonight in Plano at Love and War with the Chad Cook boys. I think that
It's
starts
exciting.
at, I think doors are at 7. So if you're up in the Dallas area, please, please, please come out, hang out and say what's up. I would love to see you. And then Saturday, I'm all over Houston. I'm at the Rustic Uptown on Saturday from 3 to 5. And then I'm at Rustic Downtown on Sunday from 3 to 5. So
That's cool.
you can see
So
me all around
cool.
town.
Look
Yeah.
at Kyle. Kyle just, it's funny if you're watching this on YouTube. I don't know if everybody can notice it like I did, but I know you were, did music stuff for yourself today. And then just as you talking about all this, like your face just lit up. Like you had like this glow just talking about it.
Oh, well, that's funny. It's
And now
probably
you're
because I've been,
blushing. Are you blushing now?
well, yeah, but it's funny. I'm blushing if I am because I'm embarrassed because you saw that as a glow, but I think that might be like a sweat shine because
No,
I'm
no,
just
no,
been
no. It was
running
like
and gunning.
no, it was like an expression. Anyway, just saying. So good stuff there. Yeah, you can catch me in East Bay from 5:30 in the evening till 9 o'clock, y'all. No,
Yeah.
seriously. Now, we have been getting on the water,
Charters.
getting on the
Yeah.
fish, and we had some fun. Went with some friends yesterday. And they've been friends of ours for years, but for some reason they fish a lot. We fish a lot. We had never fished together. And then
Wow.
he did want to mark some points on his GPS in East Bay. So Ron was like taking him to all the spots and showing him where, reefs are and this and that. And then we fished along the way and then jammed some music along the way because he's another singer songwriter that lives down here and just a lot of fun. So yeah, I've
Nice.
been getting out to my happy place. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. We've been I'm just realizing your hat. You're wearing a Miranda hat. We're like the Miranda
Oh,
Lambert fan club.
hold
The
on.
record
Hold on.
well, you can
Oh
talk about
yeah.
the record, but I wore the record shirt last week because I got to go to that cool little private
You
show
did.
thing.
You
So
did.
we're
Absolutely.
Miranda Lambert fan club.
Yeah, and I've had this hat for probably a couple years now, but that's all we jammed all weekend was Miranda's new album.
Yeah, it's so
And I
good.
oh my God, it's so good. Like it was just like, I'm sorry. It was like that was all we played it over and over. Me and the girls had it on because one of my friends came and I was like, okay, I said, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna sit here and I haven't had a chance to sit down and listen to Miranda's new album. So it was like Friday afternoon. And
Yeah.
and then all weekend long it was just Miranda all weekend. So
Yeah.
yeah. I like Bitch on the Hot Sauce. That's my favorite
Yeah.
one.
Bitch on
I
the
like
sauce.
alimony. I like alimony also. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bitch on the sauce.
Armadillo. Yeah, there's a bunch of good ones on
Armadillo.
there.
Yeah. Then she's got the one with Parker, Santa Fe. Yeah. Oh my
Oh
God. It's
yeah.
so good, y'all. Just so good.
Have you
I
noticed
like
how
all the,
everybody has a Santa Fe song? I just recorded my Santa Fe song this
did
week.
you really?
Everybody's got a Santa Fe. It's weird. Something
Wow.
about something in the air in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I think if there's a one place I want to live, it would be there. Like
I could
if
see
I was
that
able to just
too.
pick up and move, that's where I'd go right now, I think. So
Mhm.
Something in the air.
Okay. All right. Well, um,
I guess that's it.
I guess that's it. I was
It's
thinking,
party.
oh, wait, one other thing. Did you see all the stuff about cross Canadian ragweed on social media?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. See, I was gonna wait
That's
until next week to talk
interesting.
about it, just to
That's
kind of let it
interesting. I
unfold
couldn't.
a little bit more.
Oh yeah. Well, we're gonna
Because
everybody follow. We got to see what's up.
yeah, we don't know what's going on. And if we want to talk drama a little bit, yeah, I'm sure you saw Gordy's that whole thing kind of fall
Yes,
apart.
yes, I
And
did. Yes, yes, yes.
that's very unfortunate. I know some people who are really close with him, and I know some people who aren't super excited about him and things that have been going on in that world lately. And I don't know. It's it's probably for the best that they canceled. I wasn't impressed with that lineup. Um, but I guess things work out the way they're supposed to. All kinds of festivals are canceling. Maybe there's just something weird going on in the industry right now. I've seen all kinds of stuff canceling, but Steamboat Music Fest in Colorado every January obviously is never going to be canceled,
Never
and
gonna cancel.
I'll be there, and I'm so excited for that. I didn't get to go last year, and I was there with Bree the year before, obviously, and hopefully next year we'll be able to get us out there and run around and talk to everybody. So
That
that's
has
going to
been a
be a lot of
bucket.
fun.
That has been such a bucket list of mine for so long. And like in
Yeah,
all the years I worked in radio, as crazy as it sounds, I never could go because I would have had to take off to go. And it's
right.
like, and it was just that time of the year where you couldn't take off. And plus I had the kids, they were busy with school stuff. And it was just like, so yeah. So I got to make time for that
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. We will make it happen.
All
Absolutely.
right. Good stuff coming up on the podcast interviews dropping on Tuesdays.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, I can't even remember what it is, but everything we do is awesome. Who do we got? Cody Hibbard. Yeah, we had Zane on this week to talk about
Zane
Wild and
was,
Blue and the
mhm.
stadium tour and all kinds of cool stuff. And yeah, that one was great. And then Cody Hibbard's back on to talk about the new album. We kind of dig into all the songs and his story and his background and all kinds of cool stuff there. And oh God, who else do we have coming up? Honestly, what's hilarious? You're gonna think this is ridiculous, but I'm so sidetracked because of how bad I want to ask you what you think about the scar or the bruise on Jose Altuve's toe.
Oh gosh.
That
Okay.
was
Yeah.
hilarious.
That was hilarious.
He's
Sometimes
one dramatic son
you
of a
know,
gun.
he kind of sits back and sits back. He's kind of one of those people, kind of us have uncles or we have grandpas or dads like that, the kind of people, the ones that are always reserved but they're always the great people that you look up to and you admire. And then all of a sudden when something happens and like they have to raise their voice or
Oh yeah.
they make a statement, it's like, oh, okay, you shut up and listen. But I'm
Yeah,
just gonna take my that will go down in history.
that
We'll
was
be I mean,
crazy.
that will go down in baseball
We're gonna
history.
see lots of memes for sure. Do you follow Julia on Instagram?
Yes, but I don't really
Okay.
pay attention to a lot of Instagram and
I see, I see. She's a great follow. She does like little behind the scenes videos and stuff, and she'll
mhm.
ask the guys like, "What's your go-to coffee drink?" And then they'll be like, "Oh, pumpkin spice latte or whatever," and all the guys will be all excited to answer. And then she'll put it on Jose, and he'll be like, "I'm Jose," and then just like walk away.
See, that's what I'm
it's
talking about.
it's
That's what
so
I'm talking
hilarious.
about. So
He totally ignores her.
for him to do something like that, it's like,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
pretty
there
entertaining.
let's see, the magic number as of today is 6, which we're recording on Thursday, but the magic number right now is 6. And I understand they're already putting I saw playoff tickets are already going on sale.
Oh wow, well that's
Yeah.
cool.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I'll be watching, and for some reason, I've become a really big football fan this year too. So I've been watching my Aggies, and I've been watching my Longhorns, and I've been watching Texans. It's been weird.
I actually have been watching the Texans, and I really don't ever really watch football, but I did.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
all right. All right. Well,
Cool. Well, y'all ignore
catch
all
some
this.
live shows, go see
There
some
you
live
go.
music people this weekend and stream some
Ignore all this
music and
sports talk.
listen. Yeah, we kind of had a sports theme going this week anyway. All right.
Yeah.
Well, everyone have a great safe weekend. Enjoy the extended summer and cheers.
Cheers.